kind of right the ship against the Lions this week since it's been struggling the past few weeks?
Well, you know, first of all, the players got to be accountable to themselves and get out there and play some hard-nosed football and quit worrying about what play is called and what play is not called. Whatever play is called, just go out there and try to execute it the best you can and not take the punches and start delivering some punches. I think we should try to establish that. That'll help us establish our identity on offense, which should be initially to run the football. If we can run the football, we can do a lot of things on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that they need to look a little bit as well, taking some more deep shots down the field to try and get the defense back on its heels a little bit more?
You got to stretch the defense, man. You got to stretch the defense and give them something to think about. If you don't give them anything to think about, then they're going to stack the box, take away the short routes, and shorten the playing field. So you got to throw the ball downfield. And I see Brice Butler's name coming across the screen there. Maybe he's the guy to do it. Send it downfield to him.
Absolutely.
He averaged 23 yards a catch last season for the Cowboys.
Yeah, very, very true. What do you think, James?
Well, my question is to you, Drew. I know you already been talking about the long ball and that we need to do. But let me ask you this. We got Brice Butler in the fold, but it can't just be the long ball. Do you think that we need to we're playing against the Lions. They're like 31st in the run defense. Do you think we need to get Zeke at least 20 carries this game, because he hasn't had 20 carries this whole year?
Averaging 16 a game.
Yeah, you gotta have your workhorse, you know. You gotta give him the ball. What does Zeke like to do? He said, feed me, feed me. All running backs, all great running backs get better with the more carries they get as the game goes on, because they start pounding on the defense and they get tired of tackling them. So hopefully we'll give Zeke the ball, and that'll help the offense for sure.
Okay, great.
All right? 24-17 Cowboys. Hut, hut. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Hut, hut.
All right. That was the original 88.
The original 88.
Yes, sir.
The original 88.
That's what's up. That's what we're
I like
bringing.
having the original 88 on there. Feel me?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Bosch for getting us Drew Pearson in the house. That's what's up.
Oh, don't give no shout outs to no Bosch.
You missed
Bosch
the
didn't
entire
do nothing.
Drew Pearson segment we
Bosch
just
didn't
got.
do nothing.
What we talking about now? Drew Pearson was here. What did he say about the team? What the team need to do in order to push everything around?
Cliff Notes agrees that we need to get Zeke more carries. He's
Right.
only averaging 16 a game so far.
Right.
We need to get him more great backs. The more carries you give him, the better they get. And you need to be able to take shots down the field, and guys need to be accountable to winning their matchups, basically.
No
And
doubt.
24-17 says prediction, Dallas.
Let's go, man. The original 88 said that. We didn't say that. He said it.
He
That's what
said
I'm
he's the
talking
original
about.
88.
Huh?
He said he's the original 88.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
But he knows
the way to go. So sure, let's get the run going, and by getting the run going, the offense will get going. That'll be even better for the defense. Defense been playing good with bad offense, so once we get that move, everything will be everything.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
There's no reason why we should lose against the Lions.
Generally, the score predictions I was hearing from our panel here, of course from Drew, I think all of us are leaning towards a Dallas win tomorrow. Vach, was that your prediction as well? I don't recall yours.
I would like to say that the Cowboys are gonna win, but I'm Cleo Lombardi, and I don't really tell people.
All right.
So I don't have a score or a prediction. But
Okay.
I mean, if we just line up and execute like I've been saying, we should be fine.
Yeah, I think Dallas, it's a game Dallas feels like they, even with the troubles they've had, I feel like it's a game they should win, but by no means does that mean they will win, because we've seen how they have failed to execute at times through the first 3 weeks. For parts of that Giants game, they looked right, but still, it's different. If they can execute, they should be all right, but that's been a challenge for them thus far.
Well, listen, my problem is with the Cowboys is this. What we play against the Giants, we play against Carolina, we lose. We go against the Giants and we basically do the run-pass option, and you see Dak balling out. Then we go to Seattle and we don't see any of it.
Any RPOs
You
until
know what I'm saying? We don't see
left.
any of it.
Yep.
And now I bet you when we play Detroit, we're going to see all kind of RPO. I don't understand why the fans got to get riled up for you to change it in the game plan. Like, for real, the game plan, the fans go ham. and then you changed it in the game plan.
Yeah.
You did it in the Giants. You went deep in the Giants 3 or 4 times deep. Now you go against the Seattle Seahawks. Now you want to get scared. Come on, jump in here, Bosh.
Well, you know that if you do something 1,000 times for every game, that becomes predictable, and then it won't be available to you anymore. But if you do it, can I talk? This conversation, not a monologue. Two people got to talk. But if you do it sporadically and surprise them with it, all our big plays have come from RPO. But if you do them all the time, they become small plays. So why risk your quarterback all the time and get him hurt like Cam Newton gets hurt? Dak ain't even big as Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's been hurt?
Cam Newton's been hurt.
Okay,
Cam Newton gets knocked.
Sat out the whole season because he's been hurt?
Dak ain't Cam Newton.
But it's the point.
Dak
is 235 pounds.
Cam 250.
What?
It don't matter. He can't do what Dak do.
That means he can take the heat, and that means he can take them. How many times have we seen Cam Newton run the ball with Carolina? That's the part of their offense.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And it's not like it's not working.
It's working for them.
Right. So why can't we do it with Dak?
Dak ain't Cam Newton is my point.
Oh,
Dak
no,
ain't
what I'm
Dak
saying,
ain't
but
6'5".
Dak can run the ball.
Dak ain't 6'5", 250 like Cam Newton.
But Dak is 6'3", 230.
Robert
He's a Donovan McNabb size.
Robert Griffin can run the ball.
What about like a splitting the difference scenario here, where instead of saying don't use him exactly like Cam, where Cam's had over 40 games of rushing at least 10 times. So it's saying
that's gonna wear on him.
Right, saying we don't do that with Dak. Do you at least agree that they should run him more than twice like they did against Seattle? I mean, 2 carries, 21 yards.
I mean, sure, but maybe that's not there. Maybe it's not in the cards. You can run inside zone in the big boxes. You can't always run read option in the big boxes, because if you pull, somebody's going to be there because the box is evenly spread out like that. You may not have the numbers to run it that way. The play call may call for a screen or like a slant, something fast like that. I don't think we're doing nothing wrong here, but when it's there, when we do go 10 personnel, we line guys up wide, then you may see some RPO because it's space to run there. Not when it's 9 guys in the box. That's crazy.
But, I mean, if you really look at the teams that have been playing us, have they really been stacking the box? You've been doing your all-22, Vach, and I haven't been looking at it, and it hasn't been really they've been stacking the box like that.
Well, they stacking.
They're stacking it, but it's not like crazy where Ezekiel Elliott can't run. It's still an option where Dak Prescott can still make plays with that RPO.
They stack the run, and how we defeat that is we stack our box as well. We add guys in to make layers and leverages so we can try to get to the outside or we can find a lane inside. If we line up, and like I said, 10 personnel with less tight ends, and they still have that same set of guys out there, Dak is going to pull the ball. Like, for example, 3rd and 1, shotgun, last game, we give the ball to Zeke. Bobby Wagner didn't get blocked. He tackled Zeke. What if Dak pulls the ball and he gets hit by Bobby Wagner straight in the mouth? I don't want that to happen to
But that wouldn't have happened, and you know that.
I don't know that.
You watched that play.
Bobby Wagner's amazing.
No, Bobby Wagner sat there and diagnosed that
Bobby
play.
Wagner's
and he saw
amazing.
Zeke come up the middle. If Dak would have held that ball to the last second and then ran that ball, that would have been a first down. And you know it.
All this is cute till Dak land on the ground saying "ouch."
Really? Seriously?
We got to run with, and we got to run. Look, I don't mind.
True.
Let me say this: I don't mind Dak running the ball. I don't mind that. Sometimes it's there, other times it may not be. I don't think our only thing we can do is run the ball with Dak. I'm not just going to limit ourselves to just running the ball with Dak. Let Dak do other. How about we run the ball with Zeke the right way before we talk about running the ball with Dak? Well, with Dak. How about we do that first?
So Zeke's averaging 16 carries a game, which is way too many. We all agree on that. But he's still averaging 5.7 a carry. And he's still entering the week tied for the rushing record right now, or rushing lead at 274. So if you're getting that out of 16 carries, they've got to get that up. He needs to be carrying probably at least 23, I would say. 23 to 25 is a nice sweet spot, I would say.
Well, I mean, if you look at our schedule, we're not going to play Luke Kuechly or Bobby Wagner anymore. There are no more linebackers on this schedule that are as scary as Luke Kuechly or Bobby Wagner. I fully expect for things to change. The Giants linebackers are trash, and I wouldn't say they're trash, but whatever. But they're somewhat identical to the rest of the linebackers we're gonna run into. For this week, we're gonna run into 40 Davis, Jarrett Davis, number 40. He's cool. He ain't Bobby Wagner.
Right.
He cool, but he ain't Luke Kuechly. So all we gotta do is get the second level, which we do sometimes. Maybe we'll do it a little more because he's not as talented as those other guys. We blocked the Mike. We blocked the other linebackers. Week 1, I did the show with Law. Shaq Thomas ate us up. You know what I mean? So if we ain't going to be no more super athletes like that. So I feel better moving forward. And if we see him in the playoffs, God bless. I hope we figure something else out by then. But Hey, man, we'll see.
But if you really look at Carolina and if you really look at Seattle, did they really have players that really scared us? I mean, okay, you had Luke Kuechly.
Absolutely not.
You had Shaq Thompson.
We agree.
But at the end of the day, there weren't people on their team, that defense, that was scaring us. You can't tell me that we couldn't win into Carolina and beat them. You can't tell me we wouldn't win in Seattle and beat them. They were not scary opponents. Carolina is not a scary team, and neither is Seattle. Those are games that we both should have won, and I believe it came down to coaching and player execution on why we lost those games. Facts.
I agree that we were false. I agree. Opinion. I agree that we were supposed to win those games.
We were.
Riddle me this, and I know you hate when I say if, but hell, I was asked.
I'm going to ask.
If Zeke doesn't step out of bounds, if Zeke doesn't drop that pass, if Zeke squares up on that block and doesn't fumble inside the 10, that's 17 to a possible 21 extra points.
Yes.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? These are mental mistakes. This ain't coaching. It's the small mental mistakes, and it's early in the season. Look, Dak ain't played for. Look, go ahead. I'll let you.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Vaj, but if you're saying it's not coaching, you got a player like Ezekiel Elliott, right, who's a dog. You don't know better as a player to keep your feet in bounds? Now, listen, I know that's not coaching.
Killed me on that.
Now, I know Zeke, that's not coaching where Zeke steps out of bounds. But at the end of the day, it's always coming down to mental mistakes with our team. And if it's always coming down with mental mistakes with our team that you always keep bringing out, it's always the players. It's not the coaches.
How about this? You want to know what Linehan's job is? Linehan's job is to put Beasley in the slot to the right side to run him across to get Earl Thomas to bite on him so Zeke can run free up the sideline. It's Zeke's job to not step out of that thing. That's Zeke's job. Linehan did his job. Linehan got Zeke wide open up the sideline. Zeke got to execute. Zeke was wide open for the catch. Zeke dropped it. Now, look, man, like Zeke ain't got to cut people. Zeke 230 pounds. He ain't got to cut people. Zeke hit that dude in the mouth and we'll be fine.
So what I'm saying is, though, Vash, here's my question. When you're saying all those things, you coached and you've played the game. When you see those lackadaisical things, that doesn't come down to coaching. When you see Zeke stepping out of bounds, when you see Zeke cutting the running back and not taking him on full force, that's not your coach telling you to stay on that and do that. And when he's doing those little tiny things and he's doing the mental mistakes, that lets me know that the coach is not over top of you telling you not to do those things.
I don't think it was lackadaisical because if you look at the game,
I'm not.
If you look at the game,
you're Ezekiel Elliott. You don't need to do that.
I'll let you talk.
All right,
For the record,
quiet.
this is why I'm seated right here.
If Zeke, okay, look, so that wasn't Zeke's only block in the game. Zeke had several blocks that game, and all those blocks looked just fine. He manned up, square, set his feet, and he hit the guy. The one time he decides to chop, the dude jumps over him, gets in Dak's face. Dak loses his feet, bad pass. Why don't you hit him square like you did all the other times? Zeke had a lapse in judgment. That ain't coaching. Coaching is when all 7 times Zeke chops the guy. Oh, coach is telling him to chop. That's bad coaching. Zeke is hitting this guy square. One time is when Zeke decides to chop, he jumps over the dude.
You're going to tell me, Vosh, let me ask you this. You don't really think deep inside that Ezekiel Elliott gets a pass up in that
Zeke
program?
100% gets a pass, but that's football. That's football. Your best players get passes. Michael Irvin, I don't even want to say bad stuff on this show.
But
everybody want to come and praise Jimmy Johnson for the great coach he was. He let those guys get away with a lot of stuff.
He did, but he let his star players. He let his star players.
Zeke is a star. Zeke is our star.
But you say you gonna
Zeke is our star.
So you gonna tell me he wouldn't have checked him?
Is Chaz Green on his team? Is Chaz Green on his team?
Okay, but Chaz Green is terrible.
He ain't on the team neither.
Would he have checked? Would Jimmy Johnson would have checked still if he would have did that? Would he have checked him?
Jimmy let his stars get away with a lot of stuff.
Jimmy still would have checked him.
Michael Irvin is on record. Emmitt Smith is on record saying that Jimmy Johnson let them get away with a lot of stuff.
But Jimmy Johnson even said it.
But he's also had the stories as well where
he checked players.
Yeah, like what was it in the practice or whatever where he had the line not block at all for Emmitt so that he got blown up or whatever by the.
We've seen all or nothing. We've seen Garrett check players.
I don't want to
check
hear
Zeke
that.
He don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Italian sub. You seen the Italian sub?
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't want to hear none of that all for nothing because you're gonna hype up Garrett like no.
Not F-bombs.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, I don't want to hear none of that F-bomb stuff that Jason Garrett that was talking about, just because he was cussing and saying F this, F that, does that mean he's a great coach? All I know is it's 9 years in. You asked me, Jay, how long does it take if it's a broken team? 5 years. I said 5 years.
Sure.
Okay, he's 9 in.
And after that 5 years, his team looks much better than when they gave it to him.
Winning.
When Jason Garrett inherited this team,
he's an average coach.
What do we need to do in order to win against the defense?
Executing will be fun.
Avoid the mental mistakes.
Block better.
Yeah.
Execution.
If they avoid mental mistakes, they'll be good. Like Vach said, Zeke stepping out of bounds calls off a touchdown.
So what is that, though? We keep on talking about we're having
Player
mental mistakes.
execution.
Execution.
I don't
and
believe
mental
that.
mistakes. If you
I don't
those,
believe that
There's
because
some
I've
degree of
coached.
coaching in there, but it's like everything. The issues are not one sole thing. There are all different factors involved in this. So if they can execute and avoid mental mistakes, Zeke went 16 for 127 last week, but he didn't have a great game in my opinion. Because you had those mental mistakes. You had twice on a reception where he steps out of bounds first. You have him fumbling inside the 10 because he's not really holding the ball nice. He's not holding the ball tightly enough. Like, you had mistakes like that from Zeke, and that's what held back from being a great day, and instead was kind of a mediocre day, even though he was averaging 7.9 yards a carry.
But as I said before, I've played the game and I've coached the game. When you have top players that are making mental mistakes like that, when you say, okay, that's the player, I get that. But after a certain while, you can't get there and continue to say, okay, the player keeps on making mistakes like that. Ezekiel Elliott is a top player. He knows better. How do you not know to stay in bounds? I feel like at the end of the day, it's an easy culture with the Cowboys. It's an easy culture. And I don't care what none of y'all tell me. I feel like it's an easy culture over there, and that's why you see the mental mistakes that go on. We still should not have continual mistakes mentally with our team, with Leo Collins, with these other players, and we're going to keep blaming the players. When are we going to sit there and say the coaches have something to do with
Nobody blames the players but Vach Lombardi. So listen, in New England, do their players not suffer from gap exchanges and stunts and blitzes? Do their players not miss mics? The New England Patriots down 1-2 right now. Are they coaches trash?
I'm not saying
they
they're
1-2 like us. They 1-2 like us.
I'm not saying they're trash, but guess what? They're making mistakes, and it's okay to say the New England Patriots are making mistakes and they're not doing their job. Stop giving Garrett and them a pass.
How about we give the other team credit for a beautiful gap exchange? I'm not going to give
Seattle Seahawks the credit when they're not a good team.
Well, you biased. Seattle NCL is a good team. I'm not going to do this with you. I'm not doing this with you.
Seattle's a good team?
Seattle NCL is a great team.
They're not a great team.
A motivated Seattle is a great team.
Tell me one person besides offensively on Seattle Seahawks besides Russell Wilson that you're scared of.
Their offense isn't great. The offense ain't great.
The
offense ain't great.
Oh, thank you.
The offense ain't great.
Besides Bobby
Their
offense
didn't kick our ass. Frank Clark is amazing.
Shaquille
Griffin is amazing. Earl Thomas is amazing. We've been trying to get him for the last couple of years.
Smith is an all-pro.
And Tyron Smith beat him the majority of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting to set up.
You know what that is? You know what that is? Whenever they hear James talk, it's a joke. They think he playing, and they go, ba-doom, psst.
Okay.
They think he's joking. They go,
Say
ba-doom,
what you want.
Thank you, Drum.
I'm speaking the
Thank
truth,
you, Ben.
and that's the fact.
Ba-doom, psst.
All right, let's
keep
go this
going.
way down the line.
All right. That was a quick
Vach,
podcast.
and tell them where they can find you.
Cowboys W. It ain't like they better than us. We just got to execute. We execute, the problems go away. I'm Vach Lombardi. I break down the film. Every Tuesday, I actually put the whole thing, long form films. I don't edit or take away nothing. VOCHLOMBARDI, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Salute. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out, Vach. Yeah, you guys know where to find me, Dallas Prospect, at Dallas Prospect, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And check out the website, thedallasprospect.com.
Okay, well, I'm not rushing off here because the damn band is up there. I'm not rushing off here. Okay, well, I'm not going fast because they're up there talking. I don't care. Make sure you check out Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. We talk to Real over here. And if you don't like what we say, it's cool. But don't get disrespectful. I'll ban you. Just let you know.
I cuss.
But all day, every day. I still want to talk about this Cowboy stuff. I'm hyped.
beautiful time out here at the lava. Oh, he's not even picking it up.
It's just not picking up well for some reason.
Hey, guys, follow us on all our panels. We got different opinions, different views. But, hey, we still love this team, Silver and Blue Nation all day. You cut us, we going to bleed Silver and Blue. I want everybody to be at the game, live, locked, loaded, and ready. 90,000 plus strong, and we're going to get this W. I have the prediction, 24-13, Cowboy Nation all day. You guys know where to follow me at. Peace.
24-13.
Doski
What's your
Woski.
score? What's your score?
He's not giving a score. I'm going to say
You're not getting your score, Vosh?
Vastradamus, don't give the answer.
I'm going to say Dallas 23-17.
I'm going to say Cowboys 20-14, and because I'm going to say that because I said we're going to be 2-2 and we're 1-2. I said we're going to be 2-2 by the break, so Cowboys got to step up. And at the end of the day, Dak, hey, Dak, if you listen to me right now,
Dak ain't listening to this.
I don't care if you listen. If you listen to this, go hard, play football.
Get your mouth off that microphone.
Stop worrying about everything else.
Get your mouth off that microphone.
I ain't talking about. I ain't talking about.
Get your
Dak
mouth off that
Prescott, if you listen to this show, stop being scared. Throw the ball. I seen you doing it in 2016.
Nasty ass
I seen
mouth.
you doing it in 2017.
my
Do
mic.
it again.
It's his mic.
Stop being scared
Sanitize
and throw
his
the
man's mic.
football. When you see that first read, if you see him open, throw it. It's okay. If you throw an interception, I ain't mad at you. I want you to throw the ball and play like you supposed to
Why
play.
is he screaming? I don't even want to watch the game with him tomorrow.
I don't care.
Ugly ass.
All right.
I
Thanks,
mean, why we
guys.
cutting off? They ain't talking. Why we getting off? They not playing.
Cutting
We don't
off.
got to get off. They ain't playing yet. Keep rolling until they play the music.
Look, we did outros and everything. How the hell
I
we
don't
gonna do
care.
outros and keep
They
talking?
don't run nothing.
This ain't your show.
They don't run
We can
nothing.
go, we can go live
This
on
ain't
another
your
time,
show.
But I got some tear down to do. I got some stuff I got to do
Oh,
later
okay.
today. But, we'll set up.
Mama
Yeah.
said, I got you. Mama said, I got you. Mama said it's over. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring Barry in.
I got
Bring
you.
Barry.
Yeah, we'll bring him
Mama,
in.
Sit in my
Mama-
seat.
What's up?
Mama said it was over.
Sit
I
in my
got you.
seat.
We got Barry here.
This
Barry
is the
Griffin.
man. That's the Godfather.
Cowboys Experience.
That's the Godfather.
Man, I'm blessed right here sitting with these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
These are guys that are
That's the
legends. Take a minute to sit with all these legends here. This is we're really blessed and fortunate to be with these guys.
Thank you.
So you guys have a good time today?
Oh my gosh.
Man, great.
We
Great
love
experience.
it.
Yeah,
It was
we
a
had an
great
awesome,
time. Got to
awesome
see the
time.
players. The people were great. You were great.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody they were just real cordial, lovely.
Yeah.
I love you for it. You the
Well,
Godfather.
we try to be
My
a family.
man.
That's what we try to do, you know,
like
and just to let everybody blend in, have a good time. Forget about the world for the
Yes,
for the
yes.
day. You know, again,
Yes.
it's crazy out there. So
Yes.
let's get everybody forget about the world. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, well, thanks for
I
having
love
us
it.
out and everything, man.
Salute.
It's
Thank you,
awesome.
Paz.
Hey, appreciate for the B shirt. You better call me. If you
talk.
don't,
Talk
I will
this week.
find where you at.
Yeah, no, we had a blast out here. Even got to have Drew Pearson over here for a few
I got my
minutes. So that was
Beasley
really
shirt.
cool as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having us out.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
guys.
All right, Barry. Appreciate you, man. Yes. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
The Godfather. I appreciate it. I love you, dog. That's the Godfather. That's the Godfather. I feel good. I'm sitting next to the
All
Godfather.
right,
I feel
we'll be
good.
back.
Some people talk, but some people get stuff done around here.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Stop it.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back out here next Cowboys home week game. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back. So
Come out here, Big Game James,
come out,
DDP,
hang out with us, have a
Law
drink,
Nation.
enjoy the show.
Right.
Meet the players. Michael Gallup next time. All right. Cole Beasley, Michael Gallup. That's something to look forward to. Till next time, guys. I've been DDP.
I'm Big Game James.
Remember, every legend was once a prospect. Salute.
Salute.